Hello engineers, कैसे हो आप सब? Hopefully you are well. I'm also fine. So now we are going to discuss about the locator and XPath. So in this video we will discuss about how to create XPath or the locators and best one locators or the how we can identify element using the CSS selector and how we can perform we can create the XPath using the dynamic XPath, relative XPath. I will discuss all those things in this lecture. So please pause this video till the end. If you feel the video is useful and informative for you, so please feedback or comment in the comment section. Let's get started. So first of all, we have need to understand, guys. Mm, sorry, let's yeah, we are on the home page of the Amazon. Why I have taken this page? Because this is the common page where the interviewer asks you open the Amazon home page and find out the one element. So this is a very common question interviewer asks so many times. So just what we have need to just we have need to click on the particular element. Just click on that. Once you click, then you can see the relevant all the attribute of that element will be visible on the DOM file. DOM is the date DOM file is contain the whole page element in the tree format. So first once we click on the particular element, you inspect it and you will see the all attribute related to that element. That is the simple. There is the uh, five six attribute related to this element. So how we can create the XPath for this element. So how this, first of all, you can see this is a hyperlinks and class this and and this one is the text the same. So there is, I think you heard about the 5 to 6 is the locators ID, class name, tag name and link, and there are the 6 attribute locators which we use frequently. So if let's suppose in the very normal way, I just going to create the XPath for that case. So how we can create? Okay, this is not a, then we are going to text. See, first of all, before creating any XPath, we have need to check all the attributes. We can create the XPath for this element, the link with the class. We can create the XPath for the all attribute, but we pick the unique one so that while the script will run, there will no any conflict. So this is the agenda. But keep in mind, whenever you are creating the XPath, this is the one way you can create. Another way you can create the dynamic XPath using the text. How you can create? First of all, you have need to create contains contain text, then see, there is a 1 to 8 element. So now we have need to use indexing like that. Like you are looking for the first element, so you will like that. Like that. This is the another way for indexing. If you are saying, "Ki, ma'am, we can create with the class," yes, of course, you can create with the class. Expect that the class might be this class name will be similar for the other element. So we won't able to use the class name for this case. So this thing is clear. Ki there are the segment. There are the 7 attributes or the more say 5 7 attribute which we use for the class 1 of 31 elements. So we can't use. But with the help of the indexing, you go with that. Like if this is the 1, so you can give like 2. So 2 is the same. So now it is. But some of the time indexing is not useful. We are not prefer in the framework. We avoid the indexing to be honest. So we prefer the unique XPath using the ID or the class name. Uh, or any unique one which we can create. Okay, let's another point. So how go with the, if you are looking ki how we can create the XPath with the CSS selector, so very simple way guys. So let's discuss first in the doc, then I will tell you how. Already we have learned basics things so far, so we have need to understand locators are used to identify the web elements on the web page. Locator tell Selenium where to find the element on the web page. Locator like id, most preferred unit for the each element. Name used when element has name attribute. Class name used with the class attributes. Tag name selected element by the HTML tag. Link text used for the uh, anchor tag used for the hyperlinks. Basically partial link text match the partial link which we have created. CSS selector is the powerful, it's a powerful, but we should be able to create that. Otherwise you should be have a good enough knowledge to how to create XPath. Let's discuss in this video later part. XPath is the most flexible or used for the complex DOM, and real browser practical is like let's here come here. Yeah, go with the first of all CSS. Once we understand the first CSS, then other. If you are looking for the ID, how we use the ID is like has or username. So come here, let's suppose I just want to this is the hype h1, and this is the no, this is the image. Let's suppose this is the input text and this is the ID. Okay, so I just want to has another element. It is not a one to one. So what we will do, we'll go with the class also. This is the class. Oh my god, classes name is too long, but just for the understanding perspective. Dot combine. There is so many ways we can create the CSS selector. Input the placeholder $sign Amazon dot in, because a placeholder attribute is also exist there. If we are creating another way like this, just give me a moment, with the ID attribute, this is also one on one. And if you want to see like ID start with sign, how we can, I don't know that sign how you can use. uh, there is a one of symbol also, start with in the CSS selector, we can use that also. And if you want to combine CSS selector, so we use the combine also. This is the another way we can create in this way. Input and has to this is the ID, and if we use the dot and the class is this one. Let's see. No, it is not hitting that one, so it is searching the element. In the CSS selector, one more thing also, like this is the input and this one, and let's suppose you use the ID, and the ID contains equal to what is the ID is here is the to search. Okay, so I'm not writing the complete, I will remove something, then already this is one, and still it will be one because we have used the contains. See, uh, one is the, it is used for the contain, and it is used for the dollar used for the end with, and one of the option is like this one is the start with. Let's suppose if I'm using the our ID and this one is the start with, this also it will work. So this is the beautiful way you can create the XPath in the CSS selector. So I think we have covered. Let's go in the another thing. Let's suppose there are the, you are looking for the unique element, so how you will do id equal to search, and then again then what element you will pick, you will pick class folder and pick here the enter the, give me a moment, placeholder equal to, then close it. Then this is the way of combining the CSS selector. CSS selector too easy, to be honest. Easy as well as the flexible or the fast and reliable. Compare the next path. Then go with the is yeah. And child and div. This is also, let's see that this one example also. Let's suppose this is the div. Inside the div, this is the div and this is the input. So you can go like that: div name, sorry, input, then id equal to, what is the id is this one, this one now, and this like that. So we have covered so many way of the CSS selector so far. Let's move with the expert. Id we have covered. Id is the directly we create with the name of the attribute id, class name, name, tag name, partial link. You can directly use with the help of that. How we can use, I will tell you. Let's go with the so how driver to find element? This is the Selenium give the very beautiful feature by dot name, by dot class name, by dot tag name, as well as whenever you will initialize your web element below in the page class, then you will get the like web element. Records find y annotation, css xpath, whatever you find out the element on the web page, you will select that and give the name. That is the very beautiful. I will give you how you will give. Let's suppose find y and then XPath, and you will provide the XPath, sorry, XPath like that, and below that this you will provide the dev element and provide the text box like that. Like it will fetch the this element with the help of this text box. This is the way, or this is the beautiful whenever you can provide a directly id or xpath. This is the things, and this is the css selector which we have learned so far. And class always create with the dot this way, and id is the hash attribute, this simple way. We don't need to annotation or the at the rate. Combination we have create with the help of the attributes like input name, email, or the again another attribute. And this is the another combination. And child to div, if you are following the child to div, then div greater than input, then this way. Contain using the star, and start with the this symbol cap, and with the dollars this the symbol. And this is the way you can go. Another very important question which is asked by the interviewer: absolute expert or relative expert? If you have a 5-year experience, 6-year experience, or 7-year experience, they will ask very frequently. Always remember, absolute expert is start from the root or the starting element to particular element which is we are looking for. Relative element is written very simple way using the double, starting with the double slash and directly that element. We don't need to go with the starting root element to the particular element. We don't need to write in that way. Simply we will hit, or we will just pick out the attribute or the attribute of that element and uh, write it down. We don't need to, like attribute is id, class name, tag name, we will write it like that. It is very complex to understand. It is very easy, and it is starting from the root start, no, it is root to particular element. It is the for specific element, and the full path and the flexible and powerful. And this is the text match visible text contents input contains id partially match. Start with name and logo, match the beginning and or input id user or name username, logical conditions. Parent child div class in this way. Parent child like navigate the hierarchy, like if you have written the your first attribute, then you have need to go with the next element. So in this way, like parent child or child parent hierarchy, we use the next using the slash, single slash or double slash, kind of the way. And following preceding like label text equal to email, following input and relative movements like that. Let's discuss this thing so it will clear. So what is we are telling? Let's suppose label. What is label? There is no label. ID. Okay, and where is? Arial label Amazon. Yes, let's suppose you want to print the or you want to verify this Amazon.in. So how you will do? Let's see. This is the then what we are this. I think we can write it down. Okay, let's written in another way. And this is we can create the if you want to fetch this examiner dot is visual or not. So what we will do, we will use the assertion. We will print out get text with the help of this. How you will get text with the help of the area label. So we will use this element or this you will verify this element is there is the two way. If you want to see element is visible, so we don't then we want to verify this element with this text is visible on the so we will go with this attribute and we will check. This is the XPath we have created. And another way is the if you want to see if this element is visible or not, so you will use the id is also there, then we will create the or and then you can create the combination XPath also in that way. I think you are getting my point. If you have any question or confusion, so please let me know so that I will clear at the same time. Yeah, there is the way also input start with this is we can create start with and context with directly text will be there. Input contains id contains you can use anywhere for id for XPath for the any attribute. If you are thinking yes it will work for this way, so you can use like content start with in this way. Let's check with the start with also. Let's suppose I have just removed this one and then uh, we use contains contains Arial. Let's suppose I have removed this one also. So it will hit the 5. Then if I have entered this, so it will hit the complete this one. If let's suppose I have entered written here the start with start with bro. That is the symbol A start with the Arial Amazon.in. This the way you can use the start with this is the dynamic this is the way we create the dynamic XPath. If anyone asks to you ki, what is the dynamic XPath, so you say there is the few function we use to create XPath like start with contains and using this function Selenium functions we can directly create the XPath with a flexible XPath. So using this you can create the flexible XPath. You can go with the next. Yeah, one of them like input is let's suppose this one is the XPath or next is what this the Spain and the div is here close and then this one and let's suppose if I write in here div what it will have Spain. Hmm. Okay, see what is happening. Before this I was hitting this one right, then I have added the following forward slash then Spain it will hit the next one. This is the way. And another point is the following in the way we can create the following also like we have this one is the this one we have hit here we have written the XPath then following div you can see one of the 62 lines the following div will be there all the div will be shown this way following some of the time, if you have seen on the web page where we have so many text box, in the case we where we want to put the values or to find out the label of that case we use the following. I have used in the script also the following way. I think this is the whole content of this video. Please, if you're feeling it is informative, please like, share, subscribe this channel. Thank you guys.